Here we go.
Lights Out is directed by David F. Sternberg and is based off of the YouTube short also directed by David F. Sternberg and is about a young girl named Rebecca who is portrayed by Teresa Palmer. But when her little brother Martin experiences the same events that traumatized her as a child, she tries to figure out why this thing is haunting her brother. Now if you haven't seen the short film that this movie is based off of, I would definitely check it out, especially if you're a fan of horror movies, because I watched it and let me tell you, it's straight up nightmare fuel. I finished it and was like, Nope, okay, I don't need to see this. Nope, see it, I'm out of here. Now, something interesting about this movie is James Wan, who's the director of Saw, Insidious, and The Conjuring, contacted this director, David F. Sternberg. It was pretty much like, hey man, I really like that short you did, I want you to turn that into a movie, and I will totally pay for it and produce it and everything you need. Which is really cool to me that a really big name in Hollywood right now reaches out to this small indie film director and is like, hey, I want you to turn this into a movie and I'll produce it. And I've got to say, for this being the first film that this guy's ever directed, I thought it was pretty good. And my favorite thing about this movie wasn't the scary parts at all. I was actually really invested in this story. You have this family dynamic between the mother and her son and her daughter. But the daughter and the mom don't have a good relationship because the mom is, well, insane. And I think that oftentimes stories are forgotten when it comes to horror movies. I think it's important to ask yourself, if you strip away the horror aspect of this movie, what are you left with? For example, if you were to strip away the scary parts of The Shining, you have a story about a man who has a lot of demons in his life. He obviously has marital problems, he apparently abused his son in the past, and you have actual themes and conflict. That's why these hot, sweaty, steaming pile of dog crap that is the Paranormal Activity series suck so bad because they're not about anything. But the point is, if you were to strip away the horror aspect of Lights Out, you're left with this really engaging story about a son and a daughter who are trying to help their extremely psychologically disturbed mother, who is portrayed really well, by the way, by Maria Bello. Which is funny because that aspect was my favorite part of this movie by far. Because unfortunately, if you've seen the trailers for this movie, you've pretty much seen all the scares. Because most of the scares in this movie are pretty much the same beat for beat thing in the trailer. You have someone turning off a light and then turning on a light and then turning it off and there's the creature there. And then it moves a little bit closer, and then there's a jump scare at the end. Which, thankfully, there weren't any false jump scares in this movie. There are really, honestly, only 5 or 6 moments in this movie where they actually attempt to scare you. So if you haven't seen the trailer, don't do it. Just watch the movie. I'm not saying I wasn't scared. What I'm saying is they didn't try to scare me enough. So for me, it'd be like if I left a comedy and I was like, yeah, that was really funny when they told jokes, but unfortunately they didn't tell that many jokes. I think I just needed a few more scares for me to really send you guys to the theater and go see this. But all in all, I enjoyed this movie. It's something I would probably buy if it was really cheap. I wouldn't pay full price. I would recommend that you rent it if you do like horror movies, and I am excited to see what this director has to offer. I think he has a promising future ahead of him. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, click the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.